Thanks for tuning in to Red Belt Radio. The following episode is scheduled for one fall. I'm Jason, and this show is dedicated to World Wonder Ring Stardom. Today I'm covering the unrelenting dominance of the now double champion Phenex queen, Saya Kamitani, in Stardom, and her history-making efforts to bring Japanese women's wrestling to the world, and eventually to take Stardom to the Tokyo Dome, a massive stadium that holds between 40,000 and 50,000 fans. Kamitani continues to break new ground in 2025, and it's not clear who, if anyone, can match her at this point. Let's go over Saya Kamitani's gigantic recent accomplishments and investigate the mystery of who might be able to take her throne. If you find these transmissions valuable, please give this a like, subscribe to the channel, or leave a comment to let me know what you think. 2025 has been an unprecedented year for Stardom for multiple reasons. April's All-Star Grand Queendom was the biggest event in Stardom history, and the promotion has developed a knack for selling out shows this year. A huge reason for Stardom's ongoing success is the continued presence of Saya Kamitani, Stardom's Red Belts champion and now the New Japan Women's Strong champion as well. One of Saya's greatest achievements took place on September 26th when she made history by bringing Stardom to television sets across Japan. The following is translated and paraphrased from a Tokyo Sports September 26th article. You can find a link to the article in the description below. The article states, after making her explosive debut on TBS's morning variety show Love It, hosted by Akira Kawashima of comedy duo Kirin in May, Kamitani appeared as a Friday season regular from July for a period of 3 months. On the final day of her regular run, September 26th, a special wrestling ring was set up at TBS Akasaka Blitz Studio to fulfill Kamitani's dream of broadcasting pro wrestling live on terrestrial TV. This marked the first terrestrial TV broadcast of women's pro wrestling in 23 years, since the days of All Japan Women's Pro Wrestling, and the first such broadcast on TBS in 51 years, since International Pro Wrestling. It goes without saying, but this is a huge moment for Stardom. They've been able to reach a broader audience and fully capitalize on this exposure by making their September 27th Korakuen Hall show, headlined by Saya Kamitani, free to watch on YouTube. You can find a link to the Korakuen Hall event in the description below. And in the main event, Saya Kamitani added another accomplishment to her resume by defeating Azumi and bringing the New Japan Women's Strong title into her collection. Kamitani declared that her new dream is to reach the Tokyo Dome, which implies that she will need to help Stardom build to an event that is much bigger in scope than April's All-Star Grand Queendom, which now raises the question, has Saya Kamitani become too big to fail? Her reign is undeniably the most popular thing going on in Stardom. She has garnered the most social media followers of any Stardom wrestler. She has crossed over to the world of television and made Stardom all the greater for it. There seems to be a slim chance of Kamitani's dark dominance reaching its end in 2025. And even if I'm wrong about this, Stardom needs to choose very carefully who they elevate to the Phenex Queen's level. This promotion will have one shot to transfer some of the molten energy produced in 2025 to their next top wrestler. So how will they do it? And who will that wrestler be? In no particular order, let's examine some possible candidates for Stardom's next top champion. Number 1. Momo Watanabe. Momo Watanabe will be challenging her stablemate Saya Kamitani for both the Red Belt and the New Japan Women's Strong Belt on November 3rd at Stardom Crimson Nightmare. This is a very tall order for Momo. Not only is she being deprived of the giant stage that is December's Stardom Dream Queendom, she's also challenging for both of Saya Kamitani's titles. Having Momo defeat Saya in early November and demote Saya from double champion status to uncrowned status seems like a surefire way to reduce hype for Stardom's big end of the year show on December 29th. And that is not something I expect to be on Stardom's to-do list. At the same time, Momo has not touched a singles belt since the year 2019. And Momo has furthermore been willing to travel to America on short notice, which comes in handy when New Japan wants to feature the strong women's title on some of their shows. As of right now, I don't see November 3rd as the day Saya's reign stops. Perhaps the Crimson Nightmare will be some form of escalated strife within Hate, but otherwise, Momo might have to wait until next year to win big. Number 2, Maika. Maika holds the distinction of wrestler that Saya Kamitani could not defeat in 2024. Maika has also been heavily pushed ever since President Taro Okada took over the company. Maika is someone who has not only been built up locally, but has absolutely been built up globally. All 3 Stardom shows in America between last year and this year were headlined by Maika, and she closed each of those shows by talking to the crowd directly. Maika has not been beaten in the USA, and at the time of this recording, Maika has been doing promotional work for Bushi Road in Mexico. Stardom loves Maika and trusts that she is a big deal. So don't be surprised if a very big match between the Empress and the Phenex Queen is booked once Maika is fully recovered. Number 3, Ami Sourei. Ever since Ami's return match at Stardom the Conversion this year, she has vowed to meet Kamitani at the top and crush her. Ami is a Triangle Derby winner, Cinderella Tournament finalist, multiple-time white belt challenger, and former Artist of Stardom and Goddess of Stardom champion. Throughout much of her 2024 and 2025 in-ring absence, Ami was assigned to the commentary desk, rarely leaving the sight of Stardom fans for too long. It's possible that Ami is the least likely on this list to depose the Phenex Queen, but as someone who hasn't been in many main events, Ami comes along with the prospect of fresher matchups and less depleted rivalries. She's also demonstrated immense loyalty to Stardom, firstly by wrestling for extended stretches while injured, and secondly by going through a lengthy recovery journey. Number 4, Natsupoi. I was going to place Saori Ano in this spot, but I feel like I've already set my expectations too high for Saori, at least for this year. Natsupoi has proven popular enough to not only wrestle in big matches, but also to produce both a 10th anniversary show with Saori and Volume 1 of Poi Fest, a birthday celebration and musical extravaganza. In September, Natsupoi released her first book, a collection of essays and photos connected to her 10-year wrestling anniversary and hometown of Yokohama. And just days ago, Natsupoi made her own TV appearance in a skit on Datsuryoku Times, a comedy show that has been around since 2015. Natsupoi is multi-talented and has shown a level of popularity and willingness to bring Stardom to new viewers, just like Kamitani before her. It's only right that we place this cosmic angel in the running. This week in September has been absolutely huge for Stardom, with many wrestlers inspired and overjoyed about the live TV broadcast via Tokyo Broadcasting System. I think we are going to look back at 2025 as an unforgettable year in Stardom's history. Congratulations to Saya Kamitani and congratulations to World Wonder Ring Stardom. What do you think about the accomplishments reached by Saya Kamitani? How would you book her upcoming title matches? And who do you think will meet her at the top of Stardom and claim victory? For more on Saya Kamitani, check out my thoughts on the Korakuen Hall super fight with Azumi, or my video on Saya Kamitani details you probably missed. Both of these can be found in the description below. If you found this transmission valuable, please give this a like, subscribe to the channel, or leave a comment to let me know what you think. Thanks for listening to Red Belt Radio.